The fireplace is going, got my cozy sweater, and I have a cup of coffee. Why don't you grab your own cup of coffee, get cozy, and let's talk about what happened in 2021. Welcome everyone. If you're new here, hi, my name is Katie and I am a nerdy flute player. I do covers of video game, TV, anime, music, and if all that sounds interesting, there is a link in the cards above as well as in the description where you can find all of my music videos and links to all of my music in your favorite streaming services. I am also a gaming streamer. You can find me streaming over at twitch.tv/KatieShesko or even here on YouTube. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I upload. And if you want to support my content even more, you can find me over on patreon.com/KatieShesko. As well as channel memberships. You can hit the join button below. You get perks such as behind the scenes, early access to my content, as well as priority reaction requests and even backtracks to my music. So with all of that said, let's dive in. So I have my two content planners. The new one started in July, so yellow one's the first half of the year, this is the second half of the year. This is kind of where I planned all of my stuff. I was gonna go grab all of my bullet journals, but that has a lot more like personal stuff as well. But this kind of, I think, is a really good overview of my year so far. It's the end of the year. What am I talking about? The overview of my year. Yeah, I wanna just kind of take a couple of minutes to like sit and reflect on 2021 and use that as a springboard for what I want to accomplish in 2022. To be honest, I don't, as long as I've been like planning and content planning and all of that, I never actually like sat down to do a formal reflection of my year. And I know I really should. All of the productivity gurus talk about sitting down and reflecting on your year. But honestly, it felt really daunting to go back over the whole year. So I don't know, it felt like a waste of time. But I think I really need to this year because a lot of stuff has happened this year. 2021, I had plans. At the end of 2020, I released my first album in March of 2020, that is Flute Gaming Chronicles, and I will leave a link in the cards as well as the description below where you can purchase physical copies as well as stream it and digitally download it. So I knew it took almost a full year to get that done. And I didn't really want to do another album so soon. So my original plan for 2021 was to do a Yule album, a Yule EP. I had 6 songs planned. We don't really celebrate Christmas within the immediate family. We celebrate Yule, but that is for another video. And I will link that above once I actually film and get that uploaded. I plan on doing a family traditions video. So I wanted to do a Yule EP, which features a lot of familiar Christmas carols, but aren't necessarily like Christian in nature. At the beginning of 2021, my sister was training to become a life coach and she had to take on a handful of free clients, and thankfully I was selected as one of them because, you know, she's a good sister like that. We sat down and we kind of talked about stuff, and that's how the Flute of the Ancients EP was born. I knew the Nier Replicant Remastered was coming out in April. It's coming out the day before my birthday, and Nier Automata is one of my favorite all-time games. I have a tattoo. I have a giant tattoo on my thigh from that game. I love that game so much. And I had played the original on PS3, so I was really excited about the remake coming out. I love the music and the Nier franchise. It's some of my favorite video game music of all time. So I knew I wanted to do a couple of songs. I figured I was going to do a Nier month where I was going to do 3 Nier songs and 3 music videos in the month of April for it. And then that's when I approached Caitlin about doing the collab, and that's where the 4th one was going to come in. We were going to collab on the 4th song, and I was really excited. But the more I talked to my sister, the more we thought, you know what, why don't we just make this a full EP? If we're already doing 4 songs, if we just do 2 more songs between now and April, we could just make this a full EP. And that's kind of how the Flute of the Ancients EP was born. And it was really challenging. For those of you who might be new to my channel and new to my music producing, my husband is he works full-time outside of the house at a very demanding job. He is, you know, frequently working 12, 13 hours. So, but he's also heavily involved in my music. He does a lot of the mixing and the mastering. He helps film my music videos. He helps edit my music videos. I usually do a bulk of the edits. He helps with the color correction. And so he has his hands in all aspects of my music. He does a lot of my arrangements as well. So, you know, we normally need a lot of time to arrange and produce, which is why we don't produce as much as we'd like, because we do have 2 kids, his demanding job that, you know, he's always on call for. So sometimes even our best laid plans just go awry because work called and he's got to go in. Doing an EP, and essentially we started having these talks in mid-January, so February, March, we needed to have it done in 2 months. We needed to do 6 songs in 2 months. And that's a lot for us. Kristen really helped me realize that it was doable. However, we definitely I had some personal stuff going on at the beginning of the year that made, like, I wasn't getting very good sleep and I was stressed and upset a lot of the time. So good work was hard to come by. It was a challenge. And we didn't quite get the 6 songs. We ended up doing the 5 for release and then 6 if you were part of the EP pre-order. You got the 6th song before it came out because that was released a little bit later. And then that was separate from my collab with Caitlin. So I ended up releasing a lot of Near music at the beginning of the year. It's some of my favorite music that I've released. I'm super thankful that I've been working with Dave Stillman of Upcraft Studios. He arranged and did the backtrack for one of my songs for Prestigious Mask, and it came out great. And so I will leave a link to all the music videos above. So we ended up doing 5 music videos for that, plus the 6th one with Caitlin. That's the other thing I was really excited that happened. I did like my first like big collab with another YouTuber, Caitlin Finley. I will leave her linked above and below. She is an amazing cello player. She also does video game, anime, TV, film, music. She's fantastic. And when I approached her about doing a collab and I was, you know, wanting to do Near, she was really excited. She also wanted to get it done in April, and that was challenging because Caitlin produced, at the time, she produced a song a week. So we had a really tight turnaround with that video, but I'm really excited with how it turned out. Yeah, definitely go check out that video because it is, again, one of my favorite videos, top 5 videos that we did, and Caitlin's fantastic, and I think the song turned out amazing, and I think the song that we chose was perfect for a flute and cello collab. So yeah, that was a lot. It was a lot at the beginning of the year, and so that was a lot for the beginning of the year, and we kind of took, did we take May off? Yeah, May was spent just doing the music videos for everything. So we weren't really producing any new music at that time. We were focusing on getting the music videos for the EP done, and those turned out great. I was really excited about them. And then come June, we kind of picked back up. So starting in June, my thought was really to do 2 music videos a month and hopefully release 2 songs a month. We decided to do 2 songs and 2 music videos because we had a backlog of songs that were mostly finished. We had a lot of stuff that we were planning on releasing at the beginning of 2021 that was put on hold because we decided to do the Flute of the Ancients EP because we wanted it released in time for the Near remastered coming out. So we had quite a few songs that were like in various stages of being finished that we had put on the back burner for the EP that we were now like, okay, well, we don't necessarily have to produce 2 new songs a month. We could produce 1 song a month and then produce 1 new song a month while wrapping up another song, and that would be the 2 songs and then the 2 videos. We had songs that didn't have music videos, so we were going to kind of pull from what was already started and mix it in with a little bit of new. We were approached by Loser Parade. I will also link them. They are a indie band from California that I have met through my streaming. We're good friends with them, and I've covered 2 songs of theirs now, and they graciously let me use their stems in my songs, which means I don't have to start the song from scratch. I can pretty much just tweak it a little bit and add the flute. And they really wanted me to cover it, and that shoot was a lot of fun. We found a really cool spot in Pittsburgh to film it. We got some of the bridges and stuff that Pittsburgh is famous for. That was another song that we were able to do quickly just because of how the project is set up. So we were really hoping to kind of keep that momentum of releasing 2 songs and 2 music videos. It was a challenge. It was something that was going to be like pushing us, but still felt somewhat doable. Yeah, so in June we released Cosmo Canyon from Final Fantasy VII. I've not played Final Fantasy VII, but I've heard a lot of Final Fantasy music, and it was a really fun, happy song. So I was just really excited to do it. I'm biased. I think that video turned out really good too. We definitely took a step up. We invested in a gimbal, which is a way for the camera to be steady while doing movement, so it gives a much smoother feel to the videos. So investing in that was definitely something that really upped the music videos for sure. And then at the end of June, we took a vacation to North Carolina, and there we ended up filming 4 music videos. So we were there for 5 days. We filmed 4 music videos, took the kids on vacation, did a lot of hiking. So we did quite a few videos there, and that kind of gave us video content so that Mike could focus on music, and then I could just work on getting the videos done and out. So there we did Boondock Saints, we did Zelda's Awakening. Boondock Saints was filmed at our cabin. Zelda's Awakening was filmed at this really just gorgeous mountain overlook, Moses H. Cone Memorial Park. We hiked. That was the last one we filmed. We hiked 2.5 miles to the top to get that, and then on our way back we filmed Attack on Titan. We filmed most of Attack on Titan. I had forgotten to bring my piccolo, so we ended up filming the piccolo portions of Attack on Titan at another park later when we got home. And then when we got to the cabin, as soon as we were there, Mike was just like, we should do Grandma from Wind Waker. This is the perfect place to do like a cozy video for Grandma. So we ended up doing Grandma. Mike arranged it while there, and I actually played to the MIDI output from my music arranging software, which is the first time that's ever happened. Usually I'm playing to a full song or most of a full song, and yeah, this is the first time I actually just played to the arrangement, but I think it turned out really great. It's a cute song. It's just a fun, just chill vibe song, and it fit the cabin perfectly. So yeah, that was a lot of fun as well. In August is kind of when I started branching off a little bit more. I had been doing clip videos of my Breath of the Wild bingos with my friends. I love doing those. They were so much fun, but they took hours. Like, I'm talking like 10 to 12 hours to do one 10-minute clip video, and they were only getting a handful of views at the time, and actually they're still only getting a handful of views. So in August was the last time I released a clip video, because it didn't make sense for me to spend 10 hours a week on a video that was only getting 10, 12 views. And as much as that pained me, because they were so much fun and they were fun to make, it had to be, I wasn't getting enough music work done to justify that. In August, I released a 25-minute practice with me video. This was kind of when I started to experiment with other content that I can do on my channel while we were releasing music. We were kind of Mike was getting busy at work. We weren't quite able to get out on the weekends to film. He didn't have quite enough time to get music done. We kind of got pushed back a little bit. September, we ended up doing World Flipper. That was kind of a last minute song, which bumped the plans a little bit. But that song was just fun and cute, and that it's just a catchy tune. So definitely check out World Flipper for sure. So like we kind of lost our groove there a little bit. So this was kind of when I started experimenting with other things, and that's when I started to do reactions. RK from Your Morning Guru is now a friend of mine, and he suggested that I do reactions as a way to just get more eyes on my channel. I did a Dimash reaction, and my channel exploded. It exploded that week. I was like, I don't know if this reaction thing's gonna work out. I'll give it a month. I'll do like, you know, I'll do 2 or 3 reactions a week, give it a month, and we'll see. And within the first day, I doubled my subscriber count. I was sitting at 447, and by the end of the month, I was at over 2,000. And I am so incredibly grateful. That just springboarded my YouTube channel right there. And I got so much love and support from the Dimash community, from the Jethro Tull community. Everyone seems to be enjoying the reactions. For some reason, people enjoy my takes and my analysis, and they're a lot of fun. I got introduced to a lot of music that I wouldn't have listened to otherwise. I had never heard of Dimash before this. I knew of Jethro Tull, but I had not listened to any of his music. So I was not I didn't know much about him, but I've just come to love and appreciate Jethro Tull and Ian Anderson. So those have been a lot of fun. It's just been a great way to get exposed to new music. And Wayugi band. And yeah, and Wayugi, I probably am mispronouncing that. But yeah, just a Japanese rock group is really fun. So I'm kind of using this reaction time to like explore music that I wouldn't have otherwise. And it's just been a lot of fun. And then I also did a collab with Gail Gallagher and Savvy from Savvy Writes Books. We talked about the music industry and how courses have shaped the music industry, and how courses are kind of becoming like the new MLM, and the sense that, like, you know, musicians are being told to make courses instead of making music, and we're being taught things like that. So if you want to see that great discussion, there's 2 videos there where we went really in depth. We kind of talked about a bunch of different topics, but it's a really good discussion, and that was great. So like I've been doing a lot more YouTube collabs, and that's also around the time that I was approached by Bad Astra. She does science videos, and she wanted to do a video on the 4 elements, and she asked if I would compose 4 original songs for that. And that's kind of where we are with that right now. We're finishing that up right now. We're putting the final touches. We're getting our music synced with her audio so that she can get the video out. But composing 4 songs in essentially a month and a half, again, is a huge challenge. Mike took on the challenge of arranging it because I was going to do it, but when I told him about it, he like immediately had ideas. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. So he kind of took on the arranging, and that's kind of allowed me to do like the rest of the videos and plan everything else. It was that's kind of been the challenge at the end of the year, which is why not much has been produced. So the plan is to take those 4 songs and release them as an EP. Release date is probably going to be end of January, early February, because I still have to get album art done and all the promo for it set up. And we do plan on doing 4 music videos. Those are going to be released after Bad Astra's video comes out. So those videos probably won't come out until January or February as well. I've done a lot of collabs this year. I collabed with Caitlin. I collabed with Savvy and Gail. I'm collabing with Bad Astra. I've collabed with Loser Parade. And that's something I didn't think I would ever do. I tend to be kind of a loner, and I like to do things myself. And I didn't think other people would want to collab with me, but I've done 5 this year, and that's really amazing. I think it's really cool that other people like my music and my vision. Oh yeah, we also did the stream starting song for Savvy for Your Morning Guru. That took some chunk of time. So yeah, like the last half of the year didn't quite go according to plan with releasing new music and releasing videos, but it's because like we had really awesome collab opportunities. So I'm really thankful for that. So even though things didn't go according to plan, it was because we had some really cool opportunities that I didn't want to say no to. I'm just really thankful that other people trust me and trust my vision and trust what I do. It's easy to look back, especially as I'm looking at my October, November, and December, where my content planner is mostly empty and inaccurate, and think I didn't accomplish what I wanted to. But I got to work with really cool people on some really cool stuff, and if that means things come out a little bit later, then that's fine. Like, because I'm really excited about the Elemental series. It's all original music, which other than No House, we have not released any original music. It's really cool. So that's kind of where we're at with 2021. Kind of a retrospective. I think overall, it's been a good year. It's been a good year. My channel is now monetized. My streaming numbers have gone down a little bit on Spotify, and it's hard to not feel a little bit sad about that. I definitely feel a little odd that my YouTube channel exploded because of reactions and not my music, but sometimes, like, you gotta play the game. And like I said, I'm not sad I've done reactions, because I've found some new music that I really enjoy now that I wouldn't have listened to otherwise, because since I started producing music, I haven't really sat and listened to music that I enjoy. Part of it is I always think, oh, could I cover that? Would that be a cool cover? And what could I do with that? Or I put like lo-fi music on in the background just to give me some background noise when I'm editing or, you know, doing work. So yeah, there's not a whole lot of music that I sit and listen to enjoy anymore. And I found some new music that I can do that with, which is really exciting. That's like the whole point of the reactions, is like finding new stuff that I didn't know existed, that so many people they've taken a look at what I do and have suggested really great things based on one or two videos that they've seen of mine. And that's really cool that, like, I'm able to connect with strangers essentially who have seen a couple videos and know my taste so well. And I love that. I love that so much. So that's really cool and really exciting. I can see the dips and be a little sad, but I can also, like, actually sit down and reflect and think, yeah, I actually did a lot this year, considering my husband, you know, never stopped working. He worked throughout the whole pandemic. The kids, you know, helping them navigate a pandemic and navigate school that's been very untraditional these past 2 years. You know, the friends I've made along the way. Oh, Dobby, it's the friends we made along the way. I did so many fun bingos. I've built a little bingo community here. Yeah, I did a bingo tournament, which I never thought I would do. I got to the second round, which I was not expecting, because I'm not a speedrunner. I do Breath of the Wild bingos for fun. So I've built a little community in my Discord of people that play Breath of the Wild bingos with me, and we've, you know, kind of have a weekly thing going on now, which is exciting. I would have to say overall 2021 has been pretty good. Do I always wish I could do more? Yeah, that's the perfectionist in me. That's the high achiever in me, where I just want to constantly be doing more, and I set lofty goals for myself, and I can get down on myself when I don't reach exactly what I wanted to. But I really think that this was a good exercise in sitting and recognizing that, yeah, I actually accomplished a lot this year. I put out an EP. I have another one finished that'll be released early next year. I put out a lot of music videos, and a good chunk of them were in April and May. So yeah, I did a lot, and my YouTube channel is now monetized, which my goal was to have 500 subscribers by the end of the year, and now I'm sitting at over 3,000. So I would say that that's a success for sure. I don't know if there's much else to say other than I'm just truly grateful for every one of you who are here, who've been here, who have subscribed and shown me so much love and support. It truly is amazing, especially with my very diverse content. I do a little bit of everything at this point, and it's just really awesome. I'm so thankful for where we're at, and I look forward to what we can accomplish in 2022. So yeah, I also want to take a moment here to just thank everyone who has personally helped me throughout this past year. First off, I definitely have to thank Mike. He has been the most supportive person in my entire life throughout all of this. Anytime that I've wanted to quit or things got really hard, he was there supporting me. He believes in this as much as I do, and like I said, he works long hours, then he comes home and he works on music, and he does the filming, and he does so much. I sometimes think he does more for this business than I do, more for my music career than I do. I just stream and record Flute and look pretty and do all the promotion and stuff, but I would not be doing this if it wasn't for Mike. So I definitely want to thank him for that, because I'm primarily a stay-at-home mom, and we're very fortunate that his salary is enough to not only support the family, but has a little bit extra so that we can actually invest in equipment, because I'm not at the point where my music is making a significant amount of money or my teaching is making a significant amount of money. Yeah, if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be able to do this. So I'm just really thankful for Mike, because there would be no Katie Shesko YouTube or Flute if it wasn't for that. The second person I want to thank is my sister Kristen. She lives in New York. She was working on getting her life coach, and she took me on as a client, and she really helped me push me to, you know, push myself a little bit to get the EP done, and was there to help me recognize that, like, even if my plans didn't go 100% according to what I had hoped, that I still accomplished a lot, and that I still made a little bit of time for, my spirituality, and that I don't necessarily have to work constantly, which is still a challenge for me. The other person I definitely want to make sure I thank is Romany of Romany's Realm. I will leave her linked above and below. I am an admin for her. She does a year-long class on arts and witchy stuff, and I found her on YouTube, and she was looking for an admin at the end of 2019, and I volunteered, and she's just great. She's great. So if you like art classes and witchy stuff, and talking about like astrology and tarot, definitely consider signing up for her One for Sing class. Or if you're just interested in the art, she has a Patreon where you can just come to the art stuff. It's always a lot of fun. It's a great community. The whole community is super supportive. Ro has, even though I technically work for her, even if it's an unpaid position, I get to partake in all of the classes for free. But she has really helped me as a content creator, as someone to call me out on my BS when I'm overcomplicating things or when I'm trying to do too much. She's definitely, when I've been super stressed, she's told me to take a step back, and that she would take care of things for a week so I could catch my breath. She's been great. She's just like the supportive art friend. Everyone should have a supportive art friend. And she knows me really well. She knows when I'm reaching my limits. And she, like I said, she was the one that encouraged me to do Vlogmas. I have to thank her for that, because yeah, she's just been really supportive the past 2 years, and this year especially. I did a tarot reading with her, and it was great. So yeah, if you are interested in just having someone help you work some stuff out, definitely check out Romany. I love her so much. I also want to thank RK and Savvy of Your Morning Guru. I started watching them because they talk about business gurus, and as someone who enjoys productivity and in the productivity sphere, I loved their approach to it, and I've gotten to know them over the past, 9-10 months that they've been doing that specifically. I've been watching Savvy for like a couple years now. RK was the one that encouraged me to do reactions, and they've been there. Savvy did the collab with me. She sat on the call with Gail and I. So yeah, I want to thank Gail as well, she is another fantastic musician. Definitely check Gail, Savvy out for sure. They were fantastic, and they did a collab with me. Also Bad Astra for entrusting me with her, with original music for her video. I'm very excited about that. And I definitely want to thank Caitlin Finley. I mentioned her before. I did a collab with her back in April, and she's kind of in the same boat as me. So we've had numerous Instagram DMs of just talking about what it's like to be an artist trying to make a living at this right now, and our frustrations and ideas. And yeah, she's just been the one person who is kind of in the same boat as me. We're doing the same things, we're at similar levels, and talking strategy back and forth, and just having someone to commiserate with about how it's really hard for a new musician on YouTube, and it's really hard to get streams, and it's really hard to balance everything, because I have a family. She has a string trio, she has a string quartet, she does weddings, she's a very busy cello player. So trying to balance all of that with our own musical projects and things. Caitlin has been my best music friend in all of this. It's been, I can't thank Caitlin enough for collabing with me, even though she's bigger and we apparently our near music isn't as popular as we were hoping for. But I'm just really appreciative of everyone who has believed in me and my vision. And I also have to thank Caitlin, because she put me in contact with David, and David has helped me produce a couple of my songs. He helped with the Flute of the Ancients EP, and he's done a couple more songs, and I'm hoping to utilize him more next year as well, because he's a fantastic music producer. So definitely check out. So I also, and segue, thanking David Stillman of Upcraft Studios. As much as we would like to do all of our own music, time is just not on our side. Our life is just busy with 2 kids who are, you know, in karate and doing school, and it's life is hectic. So I want to thank David, because he's definitely helped in times of doing the EP and doing some of the other singles, and probably I wouldn't have been able to get as much accomplished if it wasn't for David. So thanks again to Caitlin and David there, because it's been great working with them. And like I said, I need to utilize them a little bit more so that I can get some more done, but I also need to get off my butt and actually get some of my own work done so that I can send it off to David. I definitely wanted to take a moment to think of the people who have directly made an impact and name them and shout them out this year, because I wouldn't be where I am right now without their help and their support. They're believing in me. So yeah, I'm not gonna get teary-eyed. I'm really appreciative, because and I also want to thank Wendy Coomer. She is my flute teacher. I started taking lessons with her when I was pregnant with my daughter, so I've been on and off taking lessons with her for 11 years, and she has pushed me to be a better flute player. I did not go to music school. I'm an engineer major by trade. She has really helped me become a better flute player. She is a very classically trained. She has helped me with all of my classical stuff, and even if she never really understood or got my references to the music that I'm creating, she has been so supportive of my music. Even if she didn't understand it or get it, she was always pushing me and encouraging it. For that, I'm really appreciative. I also definitely want to thank my patrons. They have been so supportive as well, and most of them have been mentioned in this video, but I will also mention Willie. Willie is one of my newer patrons, but he's been supporting me for a couple months, but everyone else has already been mentioned by name in this video. And I also want to thank Richard, because Richard has, even though he's not a patron, he has definitely sent numerous donations my way to help support my music. So for that, I'm super appreciative as well. So there's just been a lot of people. There's not a lot of people in my real life who really believe in me. There's people in my real life who think it's cool, the content that I'm doing and stuff, that I wanted to name specifically for supporting me, because I wouldn't be here doing this if I didn't have that kind of support. So I'm just really thankful to those people specifically, for sure. This is where I'm going to send it off to you. Do you do a 2021 reflection? How did your year go overall? Can you find the little glimmers of hope in what sometimes felt like a really rough year? Is there anything that you want to see from me and my content in 2022? After Vlogmas is over, I plan on taking 2 weeks to kind of think about where I want to go in 2022. So now this is your chance to influence what I will be doing next year. So if there's anything that you definitely want to see or wish that I would do, leave me a comment below. I really do appreciate it. Thank you all again so much for the love, the support, for an amazing 2021. I couldn't have done it without you, truly. And yeah, this is where I'm gonna sign off. Thank you so much, and make sure, again, like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, follow me on all of my social media, and I will see you for Vlogmas tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.